Welcome to Center 4. This is the outside center or craft center. You get to pick, and on a nice day you could probably even do both. Alternative 1 is the outside center, and for that you're going to go outside and look for birds and try to notice their special adaptations. In the ELF box there are bird search cards, and I believe there are 6 of them, and they have different observations that kids can make. What's the size of the bird, what are the color and the pattern of the feathers, the shape of its wings, its beak, what's it doing with its beak, the shape and size of its feet, does it use its feet when it's eating, and then lastly, can you identify the bird? There are dry erase markers in here, and clipboards, and we're just going to reuse these rather than have every student take one home to try to preserve paper. If you are running this center, you can bring binoculars in if you'd like to. We are not supplying binoculars, but that might help the kids look for birds. It's my guess that it'll be pretty difficult to find any kind of variety of birds at this time of year up here without a lot of water source. But more power to you, go for it. You can come up with ways to entice them to come around. At the end of the activity, have the kids share what they observed and discuss it, and try to, again, go focus back to the adaptations, since that's our theme for the year. And then alternative 2 is the craft, and the craft is make a bird. And the kids are being asked to design a bird based on some adaptation cards, and here are the examples. That one. And so these all come, what you start out with are the bird adaptation cards. And on the card it says, for instance, this one said, you crack seeds with your beak and you attract a mate with your beautiful tail. So there are all kinds of sheets that are Xeroxed, and if you run out, there are originals with the Xerox code on the envelope. There's body parts, there are beak parts, there are feet parts, tail parts, and head parts. And the kids cut those apart, or you can cut them apart. I highly recommend you cutting them apart ahead of time, because then the kids have a lot of time to be creative. And you say, well, if you crack seeds, what shape should your beak be? Well, probably this really thick one. Or if it says you hunt fish and frogs, then you probably need more of a spear-shaped beak. And so they pick their beak and their feet based on the adaptation, pardon me, that's described on the adaptation card. If the kids would like to, would like to be more creative, they don't have to use the bird parts. They can do their own drawing. They glue it onto a piece of the construction paper, and then there's colored pencils, and they can create whatever beautiful colors their bird should be, or they would like their bird to be. You can also have them just build a bird and then describe to you what the adaptations of that bird are if they want to go backwards that direction. When the kids are all done, if you have time, have them share what their bird was, what the adaptations were, and again, just to reinforce the point of different shapes of beaks, different shapes of feet. Let me really quick thing. You can take this outside. You could take the craft all outside, take the whole bin, look for birds, especially in light of the fact you might not find very many, and then go ahead and do the craft out there. I wouldn't recommend that if it's super windy, because bird parts fly everywhere. And again, all these Xerox sheets are here. There's originals with the code, and I would recommend cutting these out, especially for the younger kids before it's your day. Let me find a complicated one. Ta-da! So, the outside center, the craft center, center 4. Ta-da!